Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Legos camera. There we go. What is going on, Logan? Chris did not. Yeah.
It wasn't microwave pasta.
Yeah.
It
It was
was
an oven pasta. Oh, I'm tired
It was still a
today.
frozen pasta, but it wasn't a microwave pasta.
Yeah. I'm sleepy today.
The instructions were weird because you can either put it in the oven for the whole duration, you know, or you can put it in the microwave for half the time and the oven for half the time.
Yeah, it'd be one thing if it was like literally half the time.
No, literally half the time.
Okay. But
Oven.
was it good? He says.
Yes.
Yo, we saw. I was looking at the KFC menu earlier, and they have a macaroni bowl. It's got like macaroni and chicken and stuff in it. And I think I'm gonna have to try that at some point.
You want pistachio?
No. I'm so tired right now. Oh, I guess I got the music looping still. My bad. My
Do you have
bad.
the looping music? I guess I'm looping the third.
Looping the third?
No, there goes pistachio.
Stop dropping pistachios everywhere.
I had dropped several pistachios.
But anyway, hope you're doing alright tonight, Logan. We will be... Oh, look at me. I'm just completely off camera.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to vibe.
It's unnecessary. Unnecessary at that point.
Yeah. Okay. I'll relax over here. Snacking on, and will inevitably become my midnight snack. Yeah, pistachios. I don't know what I'm gonna. I'm hungry, and I really don't know what I want. By the time we're done with stream, on the power probably be closed.
They close at what?
I think they close at 10. I think maybe. I think so.
We'll go ahead and start.
Yeah.
Just gonna know it's gonna take a while. I just wanted to get a few pistachios down.
Yeah, or I'm just vibing. You can do whatever. I don't know if I want to go to White Castle again.
You've been going to White Castle a lot.
I haven't really.
I feel like you have. Over the past couple of weeks.
It depends on what a lot is, I guess.
At least twice a week.
No. That is not true.
I feel like you went twice last week and twice the week before.
No. Well, unless you count tea.
I forgot some of those were tea.
Yeah, I go up there quite often and get tea. Yeah, sometimes twice a week for tea.
But I know you went twice last week for food.
I don't know about that.
I know about that.
I don't know about that.
You don't need to know about that. Oh, they probably can't hear me very well.
Oh yeah, Chris is probably gonna be quiet. I am not moving the microphone again. It was a pain.
I'm gonna have to yell.
And it was fine to do for the big long stream, but I'm not gonna do for today's stream. Just ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna be more obnoxious for Marco.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I might be able to hear him okay. I didn't do a test or anything. We literally just got home. I'm pooped. I got a bologna, egg, and cheese slider. It was fire. Nice. Yeah, I need to get their breakfast. Next time I go, I need to get the breakfast stuff.
Oh, my knee popped.
Because it's so good. It's so good. But it's so expensive. So expensive. What's going on, Jacob? Everybody excited about the Wolverine news?
Which name is it?
Huh?
No, you're not doing it right
I don't know who you're thinking. Ugh. Is there any other news as of late? We had our Robbie Reyes figure news today, but
yeah.
I don't think most people on this channel probably don't know too much about that.
They should. It's racist if they don't.
Well, yeah, we were gonna stop at KFC on the way home today, though. And it was really,
yeah,
it was really weird. So their door was open, and we walk in, and we're just kind of looking at the menu for a little bit, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting the door to be open. I was like, probably not, it's probably gonna be closed. So I opened it. I was like, okay, sweet, and I'm actually looking at the menu, and then as I'm like starting to be like, okay, I'm gonna get something, and then they're like, they're like drive. It was so aggressive. Drive through only, and I'm like, what? I just want a chicken. He's gonna be in it because of contracts. You just wish they recast him, but they can't until 2024, 2025. We see a Canadian with a short as shit and buff. Give me a real look. So, yeah, there's that contract stuff, but also, the fact that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman are actual good friends. I'm sure he really pushed to get him in the movie, He probably wanted him in the other movies, but Fox was probably like, nah, it's not happening.
No, you can get the other lesser-known X-Men cameos.
Yeah.
Who's Mac? Oh, not McAvoy. Yeah. Yeah,
Say a word.
guy who plays Professor X, but not old.
McAvoy?
McAvoy, okay, yeah. Was he in that one little cameo?
Yeah.
He was?
But anyway, I imagine there's a lot of things you can do with Deadpool. As far as like, originally when the whole Fox thing was bought, I think my number one want would have been something very meta where Deadpool knows that that everyone's gonna get recast, basically. And like it could even have been like a meeting with Kevin Feige or something. And Kevin Feige's just like, yeah, we're gonna have to recast everybody, start from scratch, blah blah blah. And then Deadpool's like fighting for his right to stay, and then it basically leads to him having to kill all the X-Men to be a nice little fun kind of play on the Marvel or the Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe stuff. But this would be it'd be Deadpool kills the Fox universe, or however, kills the X-Men, or however you want to title it, It could be different ways you could do it. But, that was like my number one wish. Which I guess technically they could still do. But yeah, I think that would be fun. So he'd have to basically he'd be making a deal with Kevin Feige or whoever, Mephisto or something, You want to be in the MCU?
That'd be really funny if they revealed Kevin Feige is Mephisto.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. He transforms for a minute, yeah. But anyway, and so he's kind of reluctant. He's like, if I don't do this, then someone else is gonna have to anyway. So it might as well be me, and goes and kills all the X-Men. It'd be cool if my level of care for him as the character is 1 out of 10. For Hugh Jackman, really?
What's going on?
Because Logan says any news of Hugh as Wolvie is just an eye roll for me.
It's okay to be wrong.
I mean, I get it. Like, he's not comic accurate, but I don't know. I mean, he did an awesome job. And hopefully, this will be better than. I was always upset that Logan was going to be his last movie. Because I did not like that movie. I'd rather rewatch Wolverine Origins.
This is an anti-Logan channel. All Logans.
I don't even know what that means. Jackman is not my Logan. Too bad. That's all I got for you. I don't know, but anyway, so my original kind of desire was for like a Deadpool kills the X-Men universe type thing, but like I said, there's a lot of ways you can go around with Deadpool, and the fact that he is fourth wall breaking and everything. Like, I just feel like he can slide in kind of effortlessly in different ways, but he's got that like time travel device thingy that's in the comics, like, it's always going wonky and doing funky stuff for whatever purposes the story needs, and so, like, just have it be like, hey, it's acting strange and whoops, like you could be popping him in like different multiverses and different things, and then he winds up at the end of the movie in the MCU. But at the same time, I feel
like that almost feel too Multiverse of Madness, how they did that.
Maybe he can make a joke about that. But anyway, at the same time, I kind of would like to get Domino from those movies to stay here as well, because I really like Domino. I would like to see Cable as well. I don't know. Cable's not necessarily the type of character you see a ton of,
Yeah.
Like, he usually is popping in and out of time and just there for like a thing to happen, and he's like, all right, going back to my shitty timeline now.
It would be a funny way for Josh Brolin to keep being in the MCU.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, obviously, they have good relations with him, so, like, if they wanted to bring him back, I'm sure that's fine. But I really like Domino. I thought she was a lot of fun. I would like to see more scenes with her. I think she could do a lot of fun things. I'm only strong about the feeling because that's how people remember my name, and it's because of Jackman's piss poor performance of Wolverine. I don't know about that, buddy. If Feige casts the X-Men correctly. I mean, I think Hugh Jackman did a pretty phenomenal, pretty phenomenal job. I mean, like, there's a lot of like growing pains, especially if you like go back to the beginning. X-Men 1.
Yeah.
But it was a different time back then. But I mean, he definitely shaped more into the role, and then like I like parts of Wolverine Origins. I like the Wolverine a lot. Not a perfect movie by any means, but I think it's pretty solid. Then he's in Days of Future Past. He's cool in that. And then I didn't see. Well, no, I saw Apocalypse. I guess.
You didn't see Dark Phoenix.
I don't remember what he does in Apocalypse. I don't really remember what anybody does in Apocalypse.
Wolverine doesn't do anything in Apocalypse. He shows up for a scene, kind of crazed, and he's got the little headset.
Oh,
on.
that's right. When we get the comic style Weapon X stuff.
Yeah.
Finally.
For like a scene.
Yeah. Why do you like tear through the people in the hallway, even though we don't really see it?
Yeah.
That was still cool though. Thinking other casting though. Oh, and then like, come on, both Xavier's and both Magneto's did awesome. Kelsey Grammer as Beast.
Yeah. I've seen some fan casts
Perfect.
that aren't Kelsey Grammer.
Perfect. What's up, Terrence? You're
can't
early.
see him as anything else.
Yeah, Kelsey Grammer as Beast was amazing.
He's there for one movie and he killed it.
I know. That's so wild. Like, everyone remembers him so fondly from a movie they don't like. Like, how often do you hear of that happening? Who else? I think the lady that played Jean was alright in the original stuff. I don't think the new Jean had a chance. Like a fair chance, you know?
Yeah.
Like, she was rushed too much. We didn't really get to know her. They're like, that's Jean, I guess. She's the Dark Phoenix now, you know? Trying to think of other X-Men characters. My favorite X-Men movie is First Class, hands down.
So good.
Amazing. The lady who plays Emma in that movie. What's up, Duckwing? The lady who plays Emma in that movie. I know there's different Emmas in different movies. But I liked her. Kevin Bacon as.
There's only two Emmas.
Yeah.
The one that shows up for a second at the end of Origins, and then there's First Class.
Yeah. Anyway, what's his name? What's Kevin Bacon's character's name?
Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, Sebastian Shaw. While very different from the comics, I just love Kevin Bacon.
I don't care about Sebastian Shaw in the comics,
so I guess that might not be like perfectly cast, but I mean that has less to do with him and more to do with what they do with the script. But regardless, I love that movie, and I love Kevin Bacon. He was awesome. I like the original Mystique. She was awesome.
Yeah.
She was really good. This isn't my cup of tea. Those movies stain my perception of X-Men. They are the reason I don't get any on my pools. I get Wolvie only because his name is Logan. The reason I don't get into X-Men is just because it's too much. It's very overbearing. I feel like there's just so many things going on with X-Men, and then you have like
X-Men Red,
X-Men Red, X-Men Green, X-Men.
Excalibur.
Hold on, before you even get to like where they changed the name, you have X-Men and then blah blah blah, like something else added, and then Excalibur, Extreme X-Men, X-Force.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to do like an Expendable.
Exterminators. Then even you got some that aren't X. You got New Mutants. Marauders. And it really just depends on the time.
Axe out right now.
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of X-Men stuff going on.
There's just always, there's just always so many X-Men things going on.
Not to mention X-Men characters having their solo stuff, which I think is just Wolverine right now.
There's a Gambit mini going on. I think it's a mini.
There was X Lives and X Deaths. Is that still going on?
No, that ended forever ago.
Yeah. I don't read it, so I don't know.
I'm trying to think. You do the pulls though. Trying to think any other X-Men that might be getting. There was a Sabretooth.
Yeah, there was a Sabretooth.
That might still be going on. Trying to think if there's any other X-Men solo X-Men titles going on.
I don't think there are any, really.
No, that should be about it. Deadpool's finally gonna be getting another solo title.
Yeah, but I feel like he's separate enough from X-Men.
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah, you can definitely read Deadpool without having to know anything about X-Men. Although it was kind of confusing that was like my introduction to all of the craziness that's going on in X-Men right now. I didn't know anything about any of that, and he showed up in that, went through that portal or whatever that went to, God, where the X-Men live? What's it called? Krakoa, yeah. Krakatoa.
Which is in ruins right now.
Oh yeah.
Being absolutely demolished.
So when I found out about that, Deadpool was like, he showed up. What? I don't remember what he wanted from them. It was something like they could have given him. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he was being. Deadpool's often unreasonable, but he was not being unreasonable that time. And he just showed up, and they're like, Deadpool, if you don't leave, we will find a way to kill you. And literally, it was, I think they were ready to fight. I think Magic was fighting him, and then Rogue's like, let me talk to him for a second. I'll get him to leave. Ugh. I do have an action figure to open. I'll open up here in a little bit. I got, I can show it there on that camera. The Iron Spider. I showed him off on today's video. Anybody watching Andor in the chat? Currently, right now. Logan, I have a question for you. So on this amp, it has like different like power levels. It's a Super Saiyan of no. So it has like different like wattage levels and stuff. But like, what is that used for? Like, what is the difference between that and just using like there's so many volume buttons, I feel like is that any real difference? Is it gonna do like anything tonally? And because it just to me kind of feels like an extra volume button. You said you decided not to watch Andor. It's been awesome. It's so really good. Really good. Yeah. It's
Why did you decide not to?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get back to that because I'm probably not gonna get a guitar related or an amp related answer. But yeah, Andor's really solid. And this should be a short conversation about the amp. I just don't understand because you have a gain, and then a volume, and then you have a master, and then a power control. And to me, that all kind of sounds like volume. What's up, Lone Eagle? What's going on? We're just, I don't know, talking about random things while Chris is working on finishing the Star Destroyer. 0.5 is bedroom level. 24 for solo use. 50 watts is for when playing with a drummer. That's the cool thing about the amp. Using that doesn't change the quality. So is it kind of just another volume control? Is that a safe, basic summary? After I get my answers about the amp, we can talk about Andor. Or more so why you should be watching Andor. And if you have any particular reasons why... Because you worded it interestingly. You said, I decided not to watch Andor. Which makes me curious. Because I don't know. I was about to say for us. For me, at least, my favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. I've always wanted a war movie in Star Wars. Not saying that all Star Wars stuff has to be like war content, because there's a lot going on. But I, for the longest time, wanted a war movie. And then kind of got a little bit of it in Clone Wars. We got little episodes that were felt, more. You felt more the impact of the actual war, because it feels a lot of the time in the movies. I don't know. You just don't get a good scope of everything that's going on, and it all just feels so small. And it's weird by taking a smaller kind of ground's eye look at it with like Andor, it feels so much larger because you see the little things that build up into it. Yeah, gain. I understand gain. This one for grit. Volume is for the tone. Total volume hitting the effects. I usually keep that one between 2 and 3 o'clock, and the master volume is volume everything combined. That one I keep low. Gotcha. Gain in volume will affect your tone. Master will be how loud you are. Yeah, I'm more so just confused about like I get that. That's on most like standard amps, but the main thing with me was the power one. I was like, is this pretty much just a volume control? Is what it feels like. I haven't really messed around. Literally, that stream the other day's Monday. That was the only time I have played my amp. I have not played it before or since. I wanted to. Been tired and busy. Got a bunch of stuff to do after this too. On amps, when you turn it down, it loses tone or changes tone. The power allows you to drop your output level without making it muddy. Okay, fair enough. All right. So I've been answered about the amp. Now answer me about Andor. Oh, yeah. Tired today. Terrence says it looks awesome, Chris.
Thanks, Terrence. Tell him I said that. I don't know if he can hear me.
I assume you heard him. He said things. I don't know. I don't know how well you can hear Chris. He's far away, and the microphone is far away. It's like a.
Everything's far away.
Yeah. It's all a perspective shift. It looks like Chris isn't that far away, but he's really 20 miles down the road.
Perspective shift sounds like an anime move.
Yeah. And he's yelling really, really loud. Hopefully you can hear him. He's perfected the technique of yelled for 20-mile shift. I heard him. Very welcome. How'd your... Are you done with your softball stuff? I feel like you just left. Did you do your softball stuff?
He's watching us while softball's happening.
I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, but the reason I decided not to watch Andor is frankly, If it doesn't have lightsabers, I don't care. No Jedi, no viewing for me. I watch reviews, and it doesn't seem like something I'd like. See, I'm kind of the opposite. I'm like, I want to see just the ground level of because like we always see the gods of Star Wars, and I feel like if you're always through the perspective of these larger than life characters, and because like it even hurts like the Jedi themselves, I think, because we always see the best Jedi. Like, show me some of these crappy Jedi. I want to see the Jedi that are out here dying by General Grievous, and struggling to do whatever, because it doesn't make the other Jedi seem that strong when we don't see the other struggles of weaker Jedi or just people. You know what I mean? They just become Star Wars characters. And it's just like, that's just how strong a Star Wars character is. And it's like with Marvel, we can very clear, I mean, there's going to be some debates, sure, but like, we can clearly be like, Thor would obviously destroy the Punisher, for example, like, no contest. But it just doesn't seem a lot of the times like, how much stronger. For example, if you want to take a really good bounty hunter, let's take, it was a Boba Fett or Bosk or whatever. You gotta, like with Jango Fett, he held his own against some Jedi. We got to see a little bit about that. Obviously, also met his end by a Jedi. Also got trampled. It wasn't a fair fight. Also, maybe the strongest Jedi ever. A lot of things going on against him there. But if we get to see, kind of like in the Mandalorian, where like other people are struggling, but even like, I think kind of the Mandalorian is not supposed to be that great of a, like, he's good, but like if it wasn't for his Beskar armor, like, he wouldn't. And that's kind of like why his appearance, when Boba Fett shows up, is kind of such a big deal, because like Mando's not doing great, and then Boba pops in without his armor.
Someone who is the best.
Yeah, and then like you get to see the power scaling, so you got to have some characters that are gonna bridge the gap between these different power scaling or power levels. Hey, what's up, Brian? Doing good. We had hitting tonight. I don't know. It just seemed like it was very fast turns. But anyway, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, but like, we need to know that. Like, we had that awesome scene with Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Where it's like, clearly, he is just far superior. But like, take that and like make it like a bounty. Like I said, make it like a Bosk, that's just tearing through people. But then also with that, show Bosk versus Darth Vader or something. I'm just throwing random names out here, but just to show that he may be way stronger than most people, or you not even just have to be like nameless people. You could show us Han Solo struggling against, we'll just say Bosk again. Han Solo struggling against Bosk, but then Bosk struggling against something bigger than him. Just like show us these scales, because
I feel like the comics do a really good job of that.
Yeah, but
everybody's fighting all the time.
Yeah, I'm strictly speaking of the movies, pretty much. For me, it's like those 80 spin-offs for characters and sitcoms that had maybe a season of longevity, but also shouldn't have been made. Are you saying that about Andor? Like, wait. Because, like, for me, honestly, like, Andor's doing more to explore the foundation of the Rebel Alliance than kind of like anything else, movie wise, you know. Well, I guess it's not a movie. I've been saying movie. I'm going back and forth between movies. I mean, live action, I guess, but it's more or less what I meant. But because I feel like in the movies, it's just like, well, these are the bad guys and we are the good guys. But this is really.
Yeah, that's kind of the fantasy part about Star Wars, though, is the lines are kind of drawn.
Yeah.
Pretty well. Sometimes.
But it's just such a big, vast universe. There's so many things going on. And it's interesting to see.
Well, I agree. I love to see all of the other things. Sometimes Star Wars just is Jedi versus Sith. Sith are bad, Jedi good.
Which is cool, but, again, my main thing is, if that's all we see, then it's just not as special. I don't know. It's just kind of my viewpoint on it. Oh, a good, how we got to see Mando struggle against Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And, Ahsoka really wasn't trying, you know what I mean? What was that? Obi-Wan had some good kind of leveling because you had Reva, who was a threat to most people throughout that show, but then you go to Vader and she is a joke to Vader, you know. I don't know, to me that makes it more exciting because that makes Vader so much cooler, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Andor just seems like extra info on new characters, and I don't need to know because I barely get the Jedi versus Sith and political climate of the galaxy. Andor just seemed like unneeded info dumping. Enjoyed Obi-Wan and Mando because it was filling gaps. I would say this whole thing is filling gaps. It's not info dumping. And it's much more of we're only 4 episodes in so far on a 12 episode season. I would call it more of a political sky drama with some action.
Is it sky drama?
Hey, what's up? Spy. Sorry, political spy drama with some action. What's up, Team Ohana? Hope you're doing well
space,
tonight.
The sky drama.
Yeah, it takes place in Anyway, no, spy drama. There's a lot of you get to see the working parts of the rebellion, but also the Empire, and you get to see the gears turning, and how these how everyone works, and also just the poor working class citizens of all these different places, and how what the Empire's doing affects people, and I think it adds so much, and because what's been really interesting, without really going into spoilers of more specifically this new episode, when you have the original trilogy, so it's fairly easy to understand a galactic empire, you know what I mean? They're in control. They have all the people. They have all the money. They have all the resources. Okay, they're taking people or taking stuff from from wherever they want. Okay, fairly easy to understand. But it's and even though the rebels are using scrap and everything, it's this is still they got a lot going on for them. Where did all this come from? And this is really starting to show how the rebellion was built, how it was funded, how it was made in secrecy, and that's a great thing about the show, and I can talk about that pretty well without spoiling anything. It's just a bunch of lies, everyone's lying to everyone and to themselves, and there's very little trust in the Imperial Galaxy. And even if you want to trust other people, even if you need to trust other people, you can't. Let me see. I'm missing a chat. I want to say thanks for having me watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Almost done with season 2. It's better than I expected. And it keeps getting better. My favorite season is season 4. Yeah. Season 5 is also really, really good. I think is probably... it's really good for different reasons. So like 4 and 5 are probably my favorites. But like I said, kind of for different reasons. And then 6 and 7 are good, but it's definitely not as good as 4 and 5. So like that's where it peaks. And I still really, really enjoy 6 and 7. And I really enjoy everything building up to it. But yeah, 4 and 5 are like where it's at its best. Which I feel like is just a kind of a general thing for shows. I feel like if shows get around to like a season 5, it's like, yeah, we're in a good spot. We're doing something cool. Not always, but I feel like a lot of the shows that I really like, I feel like season 5 of Clone Wars is awesome. Season 5, it was the final season, but season 5 of Breaking Bad, insane. What were we just talking about? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, glad to know that you are checking it out and you're enjoying it. And plus, there's so many like little just obscure characters that they got to use. You know, like they use Blizzard and Absorbing Man and Deathlock and a bunch of cool stuff. And then they got the one big one of Ghost Rider. See, that's why I also don't like Captain America movies. It's not my style of media. 007 is about as far as I'll go with spy dramas. The Captain America movies were a truce for me in the MCU. Trudge? Not truce? Alright. Did you ever watch Lucifer? Season 4 was the peak, in my opinion, on that one. No, I never checked out Lucifer. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Logan. I'm trying to convince you. And, we're just going to have to agree that you're wrong.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. I really liked Obi-Wan. But I feel like I'm going to end up liking this more. We're only, you know, a third of the way in. I still love you guys. Well, we don't love you. Joking. No, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how else I can. Did you watch Clone Wars, Logan? Because this is the only other thing I can think of to try to persuade you. Which, if you haven't watched Clone Wars, you need to watch Clone Wars. Because again, that's still probably just
the best Star Wars media out
the
there.
best Star Wars. Kind of unfairly, it's got 7 seasons.
7 great seasons.
Yeah, so it's a little hard to compete. Spy drama thrillers are a snooze fest for me. Never say Clone Wars? I'm going to assume that's never saw Clone Wars. And if that's the case, you need to get on that.
If you said never say Clone Wars, you're on the wrong
Yeah,
channel.
if you say never say Clone Wars, then we're fighting. If it's supposed to be Saul, then you need to get on that. Clone Wars is awesome also in the fact that there's so much going on. Like, there's different... Like, again, like that's where we first got to see actual war
And the clones are so
repercussions is in Clone Wars. Like, we got that before Rogue One, you know?
cool. Yeah.
And it's too much to get into. And Saul, okay, meant Saul. All right. It's not too much to get into. You're wrong. It is the best, and I mean that, the best single Star Wars media. And again, I know that's 7 seasons, but it's better than any movie, better than any other show.
Any game.
Yeah. And like again, it goes for so long, and there's so much that's told, and in so many different aspects of the galaxy. And again, you get to see like some of the weaker Jedi, and you get to see everything with Ahsoka. And there's two things that I really wish we got more of, or really any of, that are disappointments for me, and that's more of Grievous and more of Windu. Two of my favorite characters, and Filoni is like, I don't care. Looking forward to Bad Batch Season 2. Yeah, so I'm excited because so Filoni is kind of notorious at this point for starting soft, we'll say. And then like
and giving people characters that they hate that they're gonna love later.
So he develops this like, okay, here we are. This is you get everything that's going on here. Does this make sense? Is all right? You understand? All right. Now we're gonna get serious, and like, and he ramps up into it.
Shoot's your favorite character.
But you know, like, he's done that with everything except for I don't know anything about Resistance. But you know, like I think for like Mandalorian, season 1 to season 2 is a big, drastic difference, and I think season 3 is going to be another big drastic difference. I like that about him. I think that's awesome because if you can start in a good place and then just keep ramping it up, working it better, like that's pretty freaking sweet. So like I think Bad Batch season 1 was good. It wasn't anything super incredible. If like, it could be maybe considered a little underwhelming in comparison to like, oh, but what about Rebels or Clone Wars or Mandalorian or whatever. It's like, yeah. Give it some time. And I think also with Bad Batches, I really don't know where it's going. Like, because we don't know where these characters end up.
They could all die.
They could. But, like, because, like, that is, like, I don't know if I'd call it a problem, but, because in a way it's, like, kind of nice to see, like in Clone Wars, you get to see the little things that Anakin does or happens to Anakin that really, like, starts to bring that dark side out, and I don't know, like, you get to see, it's not, like, if you really watch the movies, like, he just kind of becomes Vader, you know what I mean? Like, okay, fine, I'll cut off Mace Windu's hand.
Obi-Wan overshined it, but Rebels has some of the best Vader out there.
Yeah.
It's really good stuff.
But, I forgot where I was going with this now. You distracted me. I was saying, like, you get to see Anakin's growth. I don't know what I was saying.
You get to see Obi-Wan's perseverance through it all.
Oh, I was going to say, but, like, ultimately you know that he's going to be Vader at the end. Like, you know Episode 3. So, like, while watching that, you know what all of this is leading up to.
And that final season, your heart sinks when it happens.
Well, like, anytime someone is trying to maybe get rid of Palpatine or uncover a secret or something that would be huge, like, it doesn't happen. But, like, he does such a good job of, like, despite that, knowing that, like, we know, or there's still a lot of tension, and, like, we still are, like, rooting for these characters. We want these characters to succeed in certain,
I think Star Wars should make a what-if universe. What if Anakin was good and had a happy life?
Yeah.
Went to therapy.
And not so much with, like, Rebels, I guess, because, like, we don't see those characters in the movie or whatever.
We're gonna
but,
see
like,
it in,
but for example, like, when you see Vader, like, Vader's never gonna be defeated, or at least killed in the series. You know, I guess maybe he could technically lose, but he's never gonna die, or you know, the Emperor, or if whoever, you know, any big bad guys from the movies, you know, are gonna be all right. But like ultimately, you know, like you still have this sense of like, you know, going through Rebels that they're not going to defeat the Empire.
Yeah.
You know, but like yeah, with Bad Batch, I just legitimately have no idea where it's going, what they're doing, what they're going to become. They could become bounty hunters. They could, well, you know, they got Omega. What's her deal? Is there ever going to be like a anything with her and Boba Fett? Like, are they gonna ever meet? I don't know. You know. Let's see. Maybe after I finish Better Call Saul. I need to finish Better Call Saul and rewatching Breaking Bad. I think I'm like at least 2 seasons behind on Better Call Saul, and it's a fantastic show. It is really, really good. I think it starts. Well, it's considerably slower than Breaking Bad, and it's like it's a pretty different show, despite you know being in the same universe and having the same feeling, just because the writing is just so amazing. But it's like it's very different things going on, and it's incredible. While still some same things going on, kind of, but also building up to Breaking Bad as well. I'm in and out. Sorry, working. Oh, all good, all good. I'm in and out, and I'm right here. So, what if Padme didn't die and they had proper birthing treatments in the future? Yeah. Oh, that. I saw a fun little fan art the other day where it was a twist on the Rebel scene where it was Anakin and he was like, "So it's you, Ahsoka," and then it was like a Darth Vader-esque Ahsoka, you know. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of neat." And she said something, I forgot what it was then, but yeah, no. What if Star Wars would be cool? And there's quite a few comics, obviously, but it'd be kind of neat to. That's the thing, though. Like, Marvel primarily is comics, or historically, I guess I should say, is comics. Whereas Star Wars is historically movies. Granted, there is a lot of expanded books and comic books and all that, but like, I think when you think of Marvel, you think of comics, and when you think of Star Wars, you think of movies. So
TV shows nowadays, who knows?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, historically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's where it began with both of them. And so it would kind of feel, I think, despite, Marvel actually having a What If series now, and, they could do the same thing, too. That they could just do, like, another animated thing, and they own all the properties, so, like, I'm sure they could get away with just literally calling it Star Wars What If, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be neat, but maybe. But also, I'm really excited for Visions, which is kind of like a whole different.
Not even a what if.
Yeah, it's like a what if, but even more extreme. Of just, hey, what if Star Wars was this instead?
Yeah.
Which I think is super cool. I think there's so many fun concepts from Star Wars, and like clearly, in my opinion, with the first season of Visions, I think that shows that there is so many cool ideas that can be taken out of, twisting the world of Star Wars. And, I know there's a lot of people that got upset about, well, this isn't, canonical to how lightsabers work with, like, the color changing episode, I loved that. I thought that was so cool. And also, I mean, in general, just a great episode. And it's like, I would love to see more from that universe. The Jedi turned Sith hunter is such a good idea in a samurai Star Wars. Brilliant idea. What if Jabba became a trampoline? What if Han marries Chew? Why do you suppose it's Chewbacca like that? You know how to spell Chew? Anyway, and changes the name to Han Duet. I'm gonna have to ban you, Logan. You're getting pretty bad out here. You're getting pretty bad. Did you watch Visions, Logan? Or anybody? Because I'm a little sad that the second season, I think, would be cool. I think there's multiple ways they could have gone. So, I feel like season 1 could have been viewed as like just a bunch of pilot episodes thrown together and be like, does anybody like any of these? You know? Because I think we could get more from the lightsaber color changing story. I think we could get more from the Ronin, for sure. And I think that's the front runner of like, if only one could get pushed forward into a full-fledged show, the Ronin for sure. What was that one? The Master or something? Or the Elder? The Elder. I would like to see more from that world, especially since it was very kind of nondescript in certain ways, where it kind of felt just like a normal Star Wars universe.
Yeah, it felt more regular Star
But
Wars.
it was also so small scale, you know, that we didn't really see much. So, like, it could be kind of different. But also, like, it could just be a Star Wars anime, and that could be fun. But also, like, what was neat, again, about that, and what I felt really showed a big difference is, like, so clearly, like, Jedi are a big deal in the universe. They're sent out to patrol things or whatever. And, like, the Master obviously is much more experienced than the Padawan. However, you know, he meets this old, ancient, terrifying Sith. And, you know, they have this really cool, quick battle. And then he's like, you know, that guy probably could have killed me if he was in a little better shape. You know, if he was in his prime, I wouldn't have been able to handle him. And it's like, I had to kill him quick, because if not, I was going to die. Like, I wouldn't have been able to keep up with him. And it's like, that's such a cool power dynamic. Here's a good one. What if Luke and Leia found out they were siblings and continued to date? Oh my god. But then get caught by a kid and throw him out a window. Wait, that's Game of Thrones. And then he didn't watch Visions. Logan's gonna have to get banned, Chris.
We're gonna have to take your badge.
We're gonna have to take your badge, your gun, and we're gonna give it to Super
I want
Baby.
your paperwork on my desk by tomorrow.
Yeah. Clean out your locker. I'm also gonna need your uniform back.
I can be bribed.
I know it's stained. We're just gonna have to, you know, we'll wash it out.
There's a lot of bleach.
Yeah. I hate that I hate that at places when you're not working somewhere and they're like, yeah, we need the uniforms back. It's like, you want these ratty ass uniforms back? Are you gonna give this to somebody? These are my stains.
At least I know at Domino's they did.
They do it everywhere. Well, fast food places. They don't give a shit. Visions is like no time commitment at all.
No, they're like what,
They're
15
super
minute
short.
episodes
I think they're roughly like 15 minutes. Yeah,
10 to 15.
something like that.
And a lot of them have such good music.
Watch the music episode in Japanese with subtitles, because it was not very good in English. But like, that's the thing. The music was made in Japanese, so like I don't know. It was not very good in English. It was much better. The music was pretty badass in Japanese. But yeah, it just didn't translate well. They usually don't. Sometimes they do, but
It'd be really funny if they brought that one Jabba's relative to like regular Star Wars. That'd be fun.
yeah.
Just like in the background, even.
Watch everything with subtitles. Well, so we watched the whole thing in English because Chris refuses to watch anything in
It's
subtitles.
not that I refuse. It's I have ADHD and I can't.
Okay, so will you?
Okay, yeah, I refuse.
Then you refuse.
Technically, I refuse.
It's not that I refuse, it's just that I refuse. Anyway,
It's like saying you refuse to see.
so Chris refuses to watch anything in subtitles, so we watched them in English, and for the most part, it was fine. Like I said, the music episode greatly suffered from it. I didn't like the voice actor for the twins.
I didn't like the twins.
I didn't like.
It's very Kill la Kill. If you like Kill la Kill, you'll like it.
I feel like it's one of those things though where like, so like anime is very like over the top and you've defeated me. Why? You know, crazy shit. And I feel like sometimes American voice actors just can't get that vibe. It becomes very cringy, and to me, the voice acting was kind of cringy on that. But and that's another thing. Like with the music one, the voice acting's fine. It's literally just the music. Toby, I really liked. It was like an Astro Boy Star Wars thing. Super cute. Really like that one. Chris, slight, not really a spoiler, I guess. For it kind of is, but it doesn't really matter. But in Andor, are we gonna get B2EMO back?
I want B2EMO.
I hope he comes back. He might be
B2EMO.
my favorite droid, Chris.
Marco, I can't say those words.
But he's a top tier one, Chris.
That's a lie, I can. Gonk droids are my favorite droids. I love Gonk droids so much. Those little...
The little bit that we've got from him, though, I love him.
He's great. I love him. I want the figure 2-pack.
Yeah. I think he might be my favorite droid, and it feels so weird to say that with so many awesome droids throughout so many mediums.
I love the little buddy from Bad Batch so much. You know what I'm talking about?
Little buddy.
He's got 2 little legs, he got 2 little arms, and they extend.
Yeah, but like that's just his design. You know what I mean?
He's funny shaped.
Chris, you're just speaking on a design level.
Yes.
But as far as like
personality?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Chopper personality-wise.
Chopper's great too.
He's a punk-ass bitch.
He's very different than B2EMO. Like,
yeah.
Polar opposite of B2EMO.
Chopper would bully B2EMO.
Hey, what's up, Quick Draw? Star Destroyer looking good. Thank you, thank you. I'm saying thank you for Chris.
Yeah.
Actually, I made all that. Chris is he's finishing it up for me. I got tired.
You know what? Chopper would bully you. And you know it. There's nothing you can do about it.
I know he'd probably electrocute me or set me on fire or something.
I don't understand how nobody else understood when I said Chopper is bastard shaped. I thought that was pretty self-descriptive.
I think they're thinking of it too literally when you said at the shop, whenever that was. They're like, what is a bastard shaped like? But I seriously think I'm in love with B2 Emo. He was so sad. He was getting bullied by just everyone all the time. And I'm like, leave him alone. He's sad and he doesn't want to lie.
I love
Oh,
him so much.
it was like... It was like cuter than Wally.
That's really tough.
Chris.
That's an accomplishment, right?
I know it is. I don't know if anybody else in the chat's watching Andor.
Marco, pull up B2 Emo. Put him on the screen.
It's not even that. It's like I said, it's not the greatest design in the world.
It is great.
It's great, but that's not what's gonna make you fall in love with B2 Emo. Like when you see him in the show, that is when you fall in love with B2 Emo. Because like when I saw him in the first episode or whatever, you see him just driving down the ground road or whatever it is. I don't know. And it's like, oh, he looks great. You know, he's a fun little guy. And I was like, oh, you know, that's pretty neat. But I think I even remember being like, you know, they've been doing some better droids, like you said, like the one in Bad Batch, and design wise, maybe not the best, but I love them. And I need to protect him, Chris. I need to protect him because they keep bullying my boy.
He's trash can shaped.
He is a trash can shaped, and the world keeps treating him like a trash can. Man, I picked up Mandalorian number 3, missed 1 and 2, and was disappointed 3 pages in because it's a word for word copy of the show. Yeah, the only thing good about I haven't read any of them. Because
I read the first one.
Chris read the first one. I knew it was just a retelling of the show, and I was like,
hoping there'd be like some difference in something.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna bother. So the only reason I picked them up is because, especially like with 1 and 2, 1 is the first appearance of the Mandalorian, and the first cameo of Grogu, and 2 is the first full appearance of Grogu. So they are keys, and they are books that I wanted in the collection. And I even picked up maybe it was a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 25 or something for number 1. I thought it was a cool cover, and I was like, well, you know, a 1 in 25 of the first Mandalorian. Okay, you know, I don't feel bad having that in my collection, even though it's a story that I'm not going to read. And I was so irritated for so long they weren't making Mandalorian comics. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it feels like we could have got comics of, like, before the show happened, where he's just doing random... Like, it didn't even have to really be good. It could have just been, like, Bounty of the Week type issues, where he's just, you know, catching different people and doing whatever. Like, it could have just been something like that, and that could have been fine, you know? Just some kind of different Mandalorian content. Now, granted, when I say that, like, if it was good, awesome, you know, I'd like it to be good. But I was just so shocked that they weren't doing any Mandalorian comics. And then we finally get one, and it's just like, we're just reprinting the show. Like, it might as well just printed images from the show at that point. That's saying a lot. Wally is so awesome. Yeah, I do love Wally. But, man, I love B2. Okay, just got here. Can you start over? Comic Vet, we haven't really said anything. We're just rambling about Star Wars. Right now, we're kind of softly talking about Andor, more specifically about B2 Emo, and how he might be the greatest droid ever. I think...
baby that needs to be protected.
Yeah. I think he has aspects of Wally and that kind of like sad droid aspect, you know? Because like, do we have any other sad droids in Star Wars other than the Gonk droid getting tortured in Jabba's palace?
Many of the battle droids.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but they're like a comical sad. I'm not laughing at B2 Emo. I'm worried for him. Flashbacks doing Mando training. Yeah, like, I understand to a degree that they don't want to do anything that might interfere with the show. You know, like, in this next season, we might get some flashbacks and of when he was younger or something, and like it just feels just kind of frustrating. I feel like there was something they could have done, and that's kind of always going to be a struggle whenever there's something that's an ongoing show, and like the show's more important than the comic. Obviously, you know the show's going to make a lot more money than the comic, but at the same time, it's just like even from a business perspective, and ultimately that's what it became. It's just like, well, we need to get a Mando comic out, and maybe somebody was trying to get like an actual story for a long time, and nothing could be agreed upon. So ultimately, they settled for just retelling the show. And I hope it's just going to be like season one, and I hope they don't do for every season. That'll be super irritating. Um, and I'm so far I've gotten all the issues, so we're just on issue 3 so far, right?
Yes.
Because like I wouldn't mind having. I don't know who else is gonna be like first appearances in that. Like, you know, we're gonna have Cara Dune and Grief Karga. Like I said, I haven't been reading them either, so like I don't remember what episodes they first start showing up in and everything. And so like I wouldn't mind having them as key comics, just in the collection. But like if they do a second season run of the comics, I probably won't get those at all unless they're really cool covers. They might tempt me, you know. Sometimes you can always tempt me with cool covers. I like the droids from Doctor After comics. Oh, those are cool. Those are cool. But again, very very opposite of B2 emo. There's only one true space trash can, and that's R2D2. No.
No, Star
R2
Wars is full of several space trash cans.
and R2 is not a trash can. He is maybe the most like competent astromech droid we ever see. He does so much all the time. He feels like he's got a supercomputer run, a sassy supercomputer, and he'll kill you.
I think when they were making Rebels, they were probably worried we don't want Chopper to seem like another sassy astromech. Let's make him an asshole.
Yeah.
Let's make this little guy just an absolute terror.
R2 is just straight sassy.
On society.
But also extremely competent.
Yeah.
And has the best
Chopper
scream.
Is continent.
Chopper is a continent.
Chopper is competent, you know, but like sometimes he will try to murder his friends.
Well, that's what I feel like. His necessity to be an asshole supersedes his competency.
Yeah. Sometimes.
While R2 is getting the job done while being sassy.
Mainly to C-3PO. Everyone else he's usually fine too.
Yeah, he's pretty sassy with Anakin.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's doing the job, but he's also saying something smart in return, you know?
Like Logan!
Yeah.
Not you, Logan.
Other Logan.
Good Logan.
Oh, no. You've been demoted of being good, Logan. You're now evil, Logan. Trying to think what other...
I sent him.
then there's my boy R4.
I sent him a Harley, and he sent me back. Ooh wee.
Yeah, he does some wild things sometimes. I love R4. I also love R1 droids. Have we ever had them in live action? They've been in the background
R1,
of something?
Yeah, R1 was originally live action.
What was he in? I don't even remember.
I think it was in the background of either A New Hope or Episode 1. One of those two.
I feel like he's newer.
Google him. I don't got my phone on me.
Alright, so I don't know R1's full name.
You say you're a fan. Just look up R1 Droid, and then you'll probably find the famous one.
Literally just typing where R1 Droid. I'll do R1 Droid what movie? Because I want it to just like pop up as an easy answer. I don't have to read an article. R1 series Taskmaster Droid was originally created for the 1977 episode 4. Okay.
Yeah, so I was right.
Like I said, I thought he was newer, but you know, whatever. Let's see. Okay, I am caught up on chat. So yeah. Why do we need to know what movie it was from?
You just wanted to. You wanted knowledge. And
I wanted knowledge, and I have it.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know. But I feel like I don't know. We'd have to get something set at some point in the past. It's not exactly clear when R1 droids were used. They're clearly outdated now, but R2 droids aren't, or like are starting to get outdated, I think, during the Clone Wars, right? Because that's when like Goldie is introduced.
Yeah, he's like an R4.
It's like, no, that's an R3.
Is he an R3?
Yeah.
He's an R4.
No, it's an R3 droid.
There are also R4 droids. Because you remember that one droid-centric, like, 3-episode series?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's confusing. Yeah, Marco, you reading. Yeah, I know. Like, I couldn't imagine.
You couldn't imagine because you can't.
Yeah. I just look at the pictures, like, really hard.
Really, really hard.
Alright, figured it out.
Words are just like pictures, Marco.
No! Chris, when B2 Evo screams no, it kills me. Like, that still sits with me.
Has B2 emo related trauma.
I do. Oh, but anyway. Because it is confusing, because I swear in that episode where Goldie's introduced, it's like, ooh, the new R3 droid, better than the R2 droid, you know?
They were kind of like that, but then the R2 kicked his ass.
Well, that's true. But I mean,
Straight up murdered him.
It's R2, and he does murder. And he ain't gonna stop.
Not even for Anakin.
But then, like, yeah, I don't know when the R4 droids are supposed to be.
Assisted in the attempted murder of Anakin.
How so?
He was in Luke's X-Wing.
Oh, in that one. Okay. When you said attempted murder, I'm thinking of Obi-Wan fighting him on Mustafar. I was like, I don't remember R2. I mean, I guess he was there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't think he did anything.
Assisted Anakin in the murder of the Separatists.
That he did. He's just down for murder.
Assisted Anakin in the murder of the Jedi.
Yeah. We killing Jedi now? Alright.
I'm your murder bot.
Picture is worth a picture is worth 1,000 words. God, I can't talk. I don't speak. I don't read. Alright? It's my creed. Anyway, because I don't think you ever see like an R4 in the. I mean, maybe you do. That's a bold statement for me to say. I was gonna say an R4 in any of the prequel movies.
A lot of R4s just look like R2s.
They have some of the. Oh, that's right. Some of the R4s are.
Because at the end of the day, part of that is just what shell you put on your droid.
Yeah. I don't know. It gets confusing.
Yeah.
So maybe
Except
they were
for R1s. R1s are big and
yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. So R1s are the big, bulky chunks of metal
Yeah, I love them for it.
that probably fall over all the time and crush you.
They have one tread.
Yeah. They can't turn either, I don't know, maybe.
Couldn't turn with one tread, you're right.
Off Star Wars topic. I like the issue 3 of Gambit. Learned why he wore the pinkish suit. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that's ever been explained before. I imagine at some point it's had to have been. But yeah, I didn't know it was bulletproof. But it was a good like way to like make fun of the suit, but then like be like, but you know, it's got its uses. Logan's just laughing. I don't know why.
We're yelling at each other about droids.
Yeah, I don't remember what droid thing I said was funny. I feel like I've been very unfunny here. Just talking about what makes different droids and when did different droids come out in the Star Wars timeline. Some real nerdy shit right here. Let me pull up a picture of an R1 droid for y'all though, because I feel like most of y'all actually just don't know what an R, which is fine. Like I don't expect y'all to know what an R1 droid looks like. I mean, maybe you could know, and that'd be kind of neat, but.
I have no idea what piece I made. Oh, yeah, I do.
This big ass chunk of metal is an R1 droid. And he just has a tread at the bottom of him. And I think he can just go forward and backward. What's a droid? This is the only one you need to know about.
Who's asking what's a droid?
And B2 Emo. Logan, he's being a Logan. He's being evil Logan.
He is. I should have listened to other Logan's warnings.
Yeah. I like how you can't call him nice Logan or a good Logan. He's just other Logan.
Look, just because this one's evil doesn't mean that one's good.
Oh, I know. But yeah, I love R1 droids. Just because it's just a design thing. Like, why are they shaped like this? What is going on? Oh, you know what else I really like? Those, like, oh god, what was that from? Was that from Mando?
What?
No, it was like Imperial, like, probe, or like hall monitors. What was that from?
That was Mando.
Mando? Okay.
They're just like floating obelisks.
Yeah. Logan just gave a grumpy face. Or maybe it's an evil face, actually.
Evil grumpy face.
It is purple.
Purple's the color of evil.
Yeah. I think it's an evil face he just gave us. Makes sense. Tracks.
Further cementing his role. I did make him a cop.
I'm so tired. When you said that, I was like, when did he start rolling?
Oh my god.
I was like, what does that mean? Oh my god. I'm hungry, y'all. I don't know what I'm going to eat after stream.
I do. It's going to be nuggets.
I don't really want nuggets.
They're good. You're the good kind, Marco.
The good kind?
Yeah.
I was really dead set on KFC. Actually, like, I wasn't, and then the door opened, and I was like, KFC. And then now I'm heartbroken. And then I thought about B2 Emo, and I'm even more heartbroken.
I need to sit down in a chair. Oh, my feet. They hurt.
Ugh. And we were walking home for context. Because earlier, I realized earlier we said we walked in and they're like, drive through only. And so we didn't get any KFC because we were walking home. And we cried. We cried all the way home.
I put my earbuds in so I didn't have to listen.
Yeah. I was very loud. Snot running down my face. Being like, why KFC?
Earbuds in,
Why?
very loud. Jams blowing up my eardrums.
And then I stabbed Chris. Go with the adult Happy Meal from McDonald's.
What What part of no car did you not understand?
What is an adult Happy Meal? Is that just a meal?
Yeah, it's just a meal.
Also, McDonald's is gross.
I don't eat McDonald's to feel happy.
McDonald's is like just cardboard. What toys are available in that quick draw? I don't know what's happening. I just know I wanted KFC. I was disappointed. I am disappointed. I'm gonna go fight a KFC.
I wouldn't fight a KFC if I were you, Marco.
I could stream it. Huh?
Sit there scrappy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No idea, just heard about it today. Is that a thing? And does it come with Pokemon cards? Because I could see that happening.
Asking for a friend.
No, I'm just trying to figure it out.
I'm legit asking for a friend. I think Travis would like to know.
Oh. I could see... Just because they know that adults like Pokemon too. I could see them being like, now with adult kids. What was it called? Adult Happy Meals.
Adult kids.
Adult kids.
Marco's brain truly is just broken.
I'm so tired today, y'all. And we gotta stay up and watch She-Hulk tonight. I was saying, oh, it's gotta be Daredevil this tonight, right?
I don't think it is.
You think they're gonna save? Oh, we do. We are still waiting on Frogman too.
Saw a preview. Not a preview, but like somebody who had watched the preview who said they don't think he's gonna be in this episode because they're gonna bring back Blonsky and he's gonna have other like superhero friends. Probably one of them's gonna be Frogman.
Is Blonsky making a green team?
Green team?
Yeah, he's
no,
green.
one of them was blue and red.
Oh, paint him green. They're like, I don't want to be green, or you're not on the team. Oh man. McDonald's is selling Happy Meals to adults with a twist. It's the twist Pokemon cards. Is the tits?
My brain.
Is the twist tits? It's a Happy Meal with tits. McDonald's is selling Happy Meals to adults. So Happy Meals. It's got like. Okay. God, I don't want to read this. A hamburger is by. No, Gay Part sent me something. He's bringing back its family of recognizable figurines and a new adult Happy Meal, which yes includes the toys. So it's just like the Happy Meal characters. Is that customers can order a cactus? Wait, what?
Cactus?
Customers can order a cactus plant flea market box. What in the hell is this? A Big Mac or 10-piece chicken nugget. How is that a sentence? They can order a cactus plant flea market box, a Big Mac, or a 10-piece chicken McNuggets.
Yes, I would like the cactus, please. Yes, the flea market.
Did
box.
this turn into like a hipster flea market? Where's the flea market come from? I'm so confused. Where's the cactus come from? I guess I'm also confused about that.
You were less confused about the cactus.
I am. I still am less confused about a cactus because I can see a McDonald's hand me a cactus. I can visualize that in my brain. I can't say it makes sense, but I can visualize that. I go up to a drive-through window. They give you a cactus. I don't understand it, but I can see that happening. They can't give me a flea market. Am I at the flea market now? And McDonald's is there with a cactus? What is happening?
Marco's not okay, guys.
What have you done to me? This meal is a collaboration between the streetwear brand and the fast food chain as it digs deeper into nostalgia. What is a
flea market a brand?
Maybe. Is Cactus Plant a brand? I don't know. I'm not okay. The food. Oh no, I feel like I'm going through the stages of grief.
More like the stages of good grief.
Uh, the what is happening? Oh god.
Good job, everybody. You broke Marco.
It would be the McCactus,
It
the
wasn't that hard.
McPokey, or the McPrick.
The McBrick?
McPrick.
Oh, I thought you said McBrick.
No.
I'm imagining like a
Oh god.
like a red brick that's got the McDonald's symbol
Oh god.
haphazardly painted on it.
This part's not even funny. I just can't read it. The Read down the story. Just keep laughing. Oh god. Okay, the food will be served in a specially designed box that should trigger memories. That's getting funny. It should trigger memories of Happy Meals from the old days. Toys include redesigned takes on the McDonald's famous mascots, including Grimace, Hamburger,
Nobody gives a fucks about them.
and Birdie, plus a new one named Cactus Buddy.
Nobody gives a fuck about those guys.
Okay, the cactus is making more and more sense, Chris, but the flea market isn't. Hey, Pia. I feel like I just walked in on something. Yeah, you did. What it is, I don't know. I'm, hello also,
I know
William.
what it is. Marco's being dumb.
Hey guys, what's up? Anybody reading Bloodstained Teeth right now? It's a damn good series. I'd say check it out. I have not checked it out. Oh my god, I missed a bunch of people coming in the chat.
Nick, I'm in your mad ranting.
I have not read that. I read a lot of books, and that one just didn't make it onto the list. Trying to compose myself. So,
Yeah, the way you said that made it sound like I read books. You can't tell me
I read books, fellow humans. Alright, so someone in the chat, for people that just joined, alright, someone in the chat said something about an adult Happy Meal, and then somebody sent me a link, and I'm like trying to figure out what an adult Happy Meal. My guess was a Happy Meal, or like just a regular McDonald's meal, but it includes Pokemon cards. And then so somebody sent me a link, and I started reading it, and let me find that. So it's bringing back its family of recognizable figurines in a new adult Happy Meal, which yes includes the toys. Beginning October 3rd, this is the weird part. So customers can order a cactus plant flea market box, a Big Mac, or 10-piece chicken nuggets with fries and drink. What does that mean? All right. And I'm sorry we're not talking about comics, but this is perplexing me, okay? And I'm not okay. Okay.
You don't come to streams for
McDonald's being like Oprah with cacti. You got a cactus. Dude, I've seen your pull list. I don't think you have room to add a book. I know that's what it gets to be a struggle where like people will tell me it's like, oh, you got to be reading this, and I'm just like, oh, I'm not even caught up on the stuff that is on my list. You know what I mean? Hey, Jacob. Okay, Jacob's back. Everybody wants to come in to the stream at this super weird time when we're looking at adult Happy Meals and figuring out what it has to do with.
Quickly, Marco. That could have been gone anyway.
Yeah, when we're looking at or trying to figure out how it relates to a cactus, which is starting to make more sense, and the flea market part, which I still don't understand. And I don't know if that's one item or two items. I don't. Did they leave out a comma? Okay. Cactus Plant Flea Market is a streetwear brand
I told you it was a brand. You
that
didn't listen
has
to
been
me.
popularized by Kanye West.
Does it say
All
Weast?
right. No, I just added that myself. It was a
should
joke.
say Weast.
Okay. It all has come together.
It's Kanye's fault.
Now I know what's going on, and you can get a cactus at McDonald's. All right. Let's see.
Cactus.
I don't know. Okay, let me make sure. Are cactus a big thing in the U.S. or am I missing something? No, maybe in Texas.
Arizona.
I don't even.
New Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so it's a clothing brand. All right, Cactus Flea Market or something. I think that's a terrible name.
It is a terrible.
That is a terrible name. And a confusing name. Not big on vampire fiction, but its premise is really unique, and the colorist is doing an insanely good job. I think it might read better in a trade. I'm so glad you sent me the link. Yeah, it ended up being a doozy, and literally everyone decided to join the stream at that point. I don't know why. Did you send me the link and then send everyone the link to the stream and be like, hop in quickly, things are about to get wild?
I sent him like a mind.
I sent him
melting
something that is
device.
going to destroy his brain. Cactus Flea Market would be a great band name, though. Yep, that's an alright band name. I'll give you that. Who is in the chat with my name? Someone just popped in the chat with my name. It says Marco, and then says Rip Coolio. I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening with my life right now.
Rip Coolio.
And also, is Coolio okay? I'm so perplexed. My spider senses tingled before I joined. Maybe that was the cactus talk.
What else
It had to
do
have
you know,
been.
Marco? Rip Coolio.
Now I have to Google search Coolio. Did he die or something? Um. Trying to find an article about it. Rest in Paradise. I'd love to say I orchestrated it, but just a coinky dink. You orchestrated the assassination of Coolio? Yes, okay, apparently Coolio died today.
Oh.
I'd love to say... Okay, no, I read that already.
It still doesn't explain why he showed up with your
I haven't
name.
seen Coolio since he was on Hot Ones. Just getting off work. Got a stack of books to read. Wild Cards from Marvel. Issue 3, Savage, Issue 5, and a bunch more. Very, very cool. Get to reading on your books. I thought this was some kind of prank. Because my name is Marco. And out of nowhere, someone named Marco...
While you're having like a delirium.
Yeah,
attack.
while I'm just not doing well mentally. I am under siege. And...
Mainly by Evil Logan.
Yeah, mainly by Logan. But also...
Say his proper title.
Yeah, Evil Logan. Also slightly by my own self. And my own tiredness. This has been an adventure. Chris is nearing the completion of a Lego Star Destroyer.
Close.
I feel like I've had a heart attack.
He's so close.
I'm gonna drink an apple juice, y'all.
He earned it.
I keep sitting off screen. It's just a comfier way to sit. And that's all I got. That's all I got for you. But also, like, my camera's slightly cropped, I guess. Because it was cropped for when I was playing guitar and whatnot. Which I slightly reconsidered setting back up, but I was like, man, I was trapped by that guitar amp last time. And pretty highly uncomfortable as well, the entire 9-hour stream. So I was like, I don't want to do that again. I don't want to do that this time. It was a weird week for comics, in the regard that a bunch of books came out, but we didn't really have a ton to read. I mean, obviously we still had. I read like 6 books or something.
I
But
think I had a bunch to read, and then I didn't read a bunch.
What? Wait, what? You lost me.
I mean, I don't know how to make that make any more sense than what I've said.
You didn't read what you needed to read?
No, I read everything that I need to read for this week.
You thought it was more than what you had to read?
I guess.
Okay. So 1,100 subs, and he hit the Star Destroyer like a pinata. Let's try 1 million. Just do that, all right? Look, you can text everybody to join the stream when I'm going insane. So you can start texting people to start subscribing and hit us to 1 million, all right? And look, and now the viewer count's going down. I don't know it's because I'm not going insane anymore, or
Start reading more.
or if I scared them off.
Start
I don't.
reading more articles.
Yeah, give me more things to melt my brain. The people like it apparently. And then, oh yeah, I still got an action figure to open too.
Yeah, you haven't even done that.
Yeah, I'll get on that. It's gonna rain Lego like candy. I mean, if you get us to 1 million subscribers, well, I guess unless you just do it with a bunch of bots for like $40 or something, that won't count. But
yeah.
if you get us to a legitimate 1 million subscribers, we'll destroy a damn Lego Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll have 3. I probably won't have that much
Was you able to get me that other issue with America Chavez? Yeah, I ordered that. Pretty positive. Let me check my notes. I order so many things for so many people, I forget. But I keep a pretty organized set of notes. Thunderbolts 2 for Terrence. Yep, gotcha. Alright, let's discuss the geese. No, we're not going to do that. What's up, Kenneth? What's going on?
Discuss what?
Nothing.
Yeast.
Nope, I picked up Ant-Man issue 3.
Nothing against yeast.
Batman the Audio Adventures, Briar issue 1, One Bad Day, Two-Face, Sergeant Werewolf issue 1, Tim Drake issue 1, Antioch issue 1. I don't know if I said that right at all. What did you guys pull this week? Chris, where's the new books at?
I don't know.
Oh, I put them in that box. Logan, stop it.
Logan saying?
Nothing. Thank you. Okay, yeah, no problem. I was like, what are you thanking me for? I've literally already forgot you asked me a question, and I responded. Could you... I can get it.
I'm busy.
There's something slightly in the way, and I was just like, I don't feel like it. I'll grab my books.
I wasn't going to.
Alright, here's our stack of new books from the week. Art Adams Hellfire Gala 1 variant is pretty cool. Which one is that? Was that the one I got? Was it Hellfire? Or was Hellfire, Chris? Okay, anyway. Which, that's at the bottom of the stack, so I'll show that off too. I guess I'll show it over here. So, we picked up Power Rangers 100, not to read. It's just a cool cover. So. I need to go that way. Alright, my bad. But yeah. Really cool cover on that. I need to move the microphone slightly out of the way. Grimm number 5. Picked up the Frizen cover. I picked up 2 copies of Briar number 1 because I couldn't decide. Well, I mean, ultimately, I just really like both covers. This is the Hans variant, and then this is the Andolfo variant. And I really like both of them. I think I prefer the Hans. It was an okay read. The Emma Frost one, okay. Does the shop have any more of cover C of the PR book. Power Rangers, no. I can look if I can order any more, but we only ordered the one. Shay's been ordering the comics, and he hates Power Rangers. So anyway, the cover is nice. Yeah, it's just a sweet. And again, I keep talking about it. You pretty much never get the green and the white Ranger on the same cover, so that's super cool. And then we picked up Sergeant Rock. I didn't read this one, but Chris did. Versus Army of the Dead, #1. Nice House on the Lake, #10, which has been an awesome story. Then we picked up the Dr. Aphra 24. It's the Choose Your Destiny Lord Momin cover. Another Choose Your Destiny Mace Windu for, what is this? Han Solo. Sweet cover. Love all those Choose Your Destiny books. And then we have the David Nakayama cover. Didn't pick up the cover A though, just those two. And then we have Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, #3. Gotta keep... I'm trying to put it here, and I just keep putting it like literally any other place. I could bag this second variant, but that first is really nice. Put that one back. I was gonna pick it up. Yeah, I had to get both of them, and I don't even know if I'm gonna continue with the I assume you're talking about Briar. I don't know if I'm gonna continue with Briar. It was okay. Like, it wasn't bad. It was fine. Not exactly like what I'm into, if that makes sense. I guess, because just everybody has different interest in whatever. So like, it didn't appeal to me. Literally, it was just the covers appealed to me. And so if next issue has some banger covers like these, I might still get it. If not, then maybe not. Anyway, we have another Undolfo cover, but this time for Gambit. Super rare to see Undolfo do any Marvel anything, really. So that was cool. I have this awesome... oh crap, almost dropped it. This one that Terrence wants. This awesome Thunderbolts Pride variant here. Just super cool. And then this is the Axe Avengers one-shot. Chris is reading all the Axe stuff. And I guess he also read Thunderbolts. I wasn't really feeling getting into this run of Thunderbolts. I talked about it in today's video, but I'm just still kind of upset with what they did from the Thunderbolts well, specifically 2 runs ago, the Thunderbolts was a really good run, and then last run of Thunderbolts was awful. So I wasn't still not too happy about that. But anyway, and then so another Axe tie-in. This is Spider-Man #10. Pretty cool cover, where Gwen just looks super judgmental. Like, literally, it's Judgment Day, and it's just, she's judging. Look at her. She's judging.
That is literally it.
Spider-Man's like, why? I didn't mean you to die. I got this super awesome cover for Thor. It's the Predator variant, where the Predator just does not stand a chance. He is about to be fully executed by maybe the angriest Thor I've ever seen.
Like, is it Thor again? Yeah, he looks injured though. That's the only. He is injured.
He looks like this is the Thor that just had to fight the aliens in the Alien cover.
Yeah.
And he's just done. He's like, I am tired of this bullshit. Anyway, though, very cool cover. Not such a great comic. We got the A cover as well. I was excited for this because I've been loving the Thor run, but Ewing is writing this issue, and it's not great. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just not great, and that's super sad for a run that you're always excited for. You know what I mean? Like, could you imagine grabbing like a new issue of Moon Knight, and like it's got a different writer on it, and it's just like meh. Like, it's one thing. Like, I picked up Briar, and I didn't really have any expectation. I mean, I was wanting it to be good. Obviously, I always want everything to be good. But like the fact that I thought it was just okay. It's like, okay, whatever. I'm fine with that. I can deal with that. But a run that's, I mean, this is issue 27. It's been 26 good issues. Now, granted, some have been great issues and, you know, really amazing, and others have just been good issues or whatever, but it's like 26 awesome issues, and then you get to this one, and it's just like, it just doesn't feel right. And it was disappointing. I ranted a lot about that in the video today, too. And then this pretty cool Fortnite Marvel Zero War Secret Wars 8 homage. Pretty fun. I like this one quite a bit. And also the story's been it's been fun. This is the finale, and it's just, I need to put in that other code. I just remembered. Anyway, we also picked up the what was this, I don't know. Just another variant. I can't remember the artist on this. But a cool one. Dr. Doom that did nothing in this entire story. Doom was... I don't even know why they included him.
He was cool.
I guess. It feels like they ran out of time and they wanted to do something else with him, but it's like, well, you got 3 seconds, Doom. Do something. And he shot a guy.
Doom, you have 3 seconds to do anything you want. Bang!
And then I also picked up... See, I didn't realize... Because it says Hellfire Gala, but it's pretty small. And I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't care the fact that it's an X-Men book or anything. It's just this awesome Art Adams 1 in 25 variant that I've been wanting to get. Let me see. Let me pull up my eBay. Because like I said in the video, I couldn't remember... do you think the codes are worth anything? I'm never going to use mine. I mean, theoretically, you could probably find someone to sell it to. If, it's gonna be one of those things that's gonna be hard to do. I got it for $10.50, y'all. I got it for better than I thought. Now, granted, I still paid... Well, I guess I said 15, so that's probably correct in the mindset, because I paid $5 shipping. But I was thinking I, won the auction at, $12 or something. I got it for $10.50 and $5 shipping. That's pretty sweet. There's some other... There's a bunch of other art items that I want to get. Actually, probably easier to go to Key Collector than to go to eBay. Do these variants ever dip in price after release? I guess not, right? Are you talking about the Art Adams one? Are you talking are you talking about ratio variants and stuff like that? Are you talking about just random variants? Some do, some don't. All based on demand. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, all modern comics kind of go down in price after release. There's exceptions, obviously. But that's a pretty good general rule of thumb. Ratio variants. Yeah, I can talk about a bit about ratio variants. So most ratio variants are going to be most expensive when they first come out. The kind of general rule of thumb is if it's a 1 in 25, on release it'll probably be roughly $25. If it's or 1 in 10 it'll be about $10, 1 in 50 about $50. Now as it scales up, a lot of the times when you get to your 1 in 200s, and even starting kind of 1 in 50, it can kind of be hard to hit those numbers in price. Unless the cover's really good. And you also, again, we're speaking generally right now, but unless it's a really, really sought after cover, it's hard for a 1 in 200 to be $200. It can happen, sure, but it's got to be a really nice cover. And you're your 1 in 1000s and stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen a 1 in 1000 actually be $1,000 on release. But that being said, they do typically go down in value. Now, your exclusions are going to be maybe if it's a first appearance of something. And first appearances on comics, modern comics, new comics coming out, it's the value comes from this scarcity demand that's created. So it depends on if for a comic, like for I work at a comic shop, and when we place orders for comics, we have to do it about 2 months in advance. So like if we know, and I will use this as my best example, is in the current run of Hulk, issue number 6. I'll start. Issue number 3 was a surprise cameo of a new villain of Titan, and that comic spiked in value. The 1 in 25s I probably just had 1 in 25s. I don't think it had any other ones, but the 1 in 25 spiked in value and everything, and still hold some value. But we knew pretty quickly after that number 6 was going to be the full appearance of Titan. And they even, like Marvel wanted us to know, they did, because I'm pretty sure everything just kind of, well, except for probably the number 1, but most of the issues of the run had like a 1 in 25. A lot of times, like some books don't even get a 1 in 25 or something, just that it's not, Marvel's not that concerned with it. When they really want to show something's going to be big and they want to sell a lot of comics, Hulk number 6 had a 1 in 25, had I think a 1 in 50, a 1 in 100, and like a 1 in 200. So like they really went all out on it, and that book was ordered so much, and so like the ratio variants on that weren't very expensive because the order was so high because of the anticipation going into it. Whereas with like Hulk number 3, nobody knew. Now granted, it's still Hulk. It's still a story written by Donny Cates. It's got a good print run on it, but nowhere near like what it did on number 6. Another even better example of a big spike that can happen was with the Taskmaster Miniseries, and this was before really everybody knew like Jed MacKay was the man. This was to me what turned me on to Jed MacKay, and a great run. And so issue number 3 was a surprise first appearance of Taiguchi, which is a character going to be in Tiger Division coming up here, and he's kind of been slowly showing up here and there a little bit. So he's a part of like an Asian Avengers team basically.
Specifically Korean.
Well, yeah, Korean Avengers team. Anyway, so surprise first appearance, and on a book that a lot of people weren't reading. It did not have a super high print run. A lot of shops weren't getting the 1 in 25 because they weren't ordering that many. There was no reason to, you know what I mean? But a surprise first appearance, and then on top of that, so already low print run, but then now so many places not having a 1 in 25 it's lost some steam. It might be picking up more. I haven't checked on it in a little while, but since he is going to be popping up in Tiger Division here pretty soon, it might be picking up a little bit more. But I mean, that was an expensive 1 in 25 for a good while. It just exploded, But yeah, some ratio variants can hold value just because of the artist, or it just being an amazing cover. But I mean, for the most part, all that kind of stuff is going to go down. Now, granted, that being said, be careful. Don't. I never want to say don't buy something immediately. It'll always be cheaper later. That's not always going to be the case. I kind of screwed myself over a little bit. I waited on Hulk number 3. The 1 in 25 was a Trad Moore cover. I thought it was pretty cool looking, and then I was like, I think I had like a really big stack of books that week, and I was like, I'm not gonna grab the 1 in 25. But then it was, like I said, first appearance of Titan, or first cameo of Titan, and then the book. It didn't go astronomical in value or nothing, like I said, but I mean it went up a little bit. I ended up paying a little bit more, a little while afterwards, rather than if I had bought it on the day. Can't wait for my first Talos to pick up steam. Got in a dollar bin and it's up to $15. Nice. I'm super excited for Secret Invasion. And again, like that goes to like I can't wait for all this like spy drama type stuff. And I'm so pumped for it. I can't decide. I'm pretty sure that's the most excited I am for anything upcoming with Marvel. I'm also super excited for Werewolf by Night, but it's kind of unfair. It's got two of my favorite characters in it. It's got Elsa Bloodstone and Man-Thing, and it's a horror thing, so like, it's cheating a little bit, but I am pretty pumped. Thanks for the info. I was just wondering because I think New Mutants 30, the 40th anniversary issue got released. The 21st, and the Magic variant looks amazing. Not sure if it's a ratio variant. I know Magic 30 already came out. 40th anniversary got released. Yeah, okay. Magic variant. I'd have to look it up. Because I don't remember... Oh, this is really nice. Are you talking about this one? Oops. I'm always going the wrong way. Talking about this cover? The Sabine Rich cover? Check this one out, Chris. This is sweet. This is the first thing that popped up when I looked up on eBay. This is a store exclusive cover. I'm going to have to get this one. It is really nice. I assume that's what you're talking about, because I don't really see... Like, there's that crappy Rob Liefeld Magic cover, where her legs are like 40 feet too long. But that Sabine Rich is a great cover. And same thing kind of with store exclusive variants. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is beautiful. I would say just buy it now. Not necessarily for fear that it will go up, but the thing with store exclusive variants is if you become a retailer for any of these places, they make you order a ton of copies. All the places always have like rules, like online you can't list them below a certain price. They're really protective of it's an artificial way to assert the value, and like if you're a seller for them, now granted, if I buy a copy and I decide I don't want it, then I can list it on eBay for whatever I want. But like if my comic shop was working with whoever whatever company that is, and we bought, and like when you buy them, you have to buy like 1,000 of them or something. Or actually, no, these might not be as bad. I don't know what the. It's usually just really grotesque numbers. Yeah, it's probably like 1,000 or something, and like there is no buy-in at a lower point. And every company is a little different, but. He has a Virgin variant too. But anyway, so like they're really restrictive on like what you can sell your books for, and you'll get in trouble if you try to sell it for lower. And yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things like variant covers is kind of a different market because it's like, you know, those people aren't collecting it for whether it's a key or like anything like that. A lot of it is just supporting certain artists.
It's telling me how to hold this thing. I can hold it like this safely.
It's coming towards you all. Are you completely done?
Huh?
Completely?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna sit her down.
And then it shatters. But anyway, basically store exclusive variants. People are collecting it for the art, and you might be able to find it cheaper later, but in my experience, it's kind of a hassle, and like it's not something that's just gonna pop up somewhere. So you can try to wait for like a clearance. Sometimes these places have clearance sales, but also sometimes they sell out. So like it just depends. If it's a cover you really want,
up Iron Spider.
I have not. If it's a cover you really want, I just say go ahead and get it.
I somehow completed my thing before you completed your thing.
As long as it's a reasonable price, because sometimes some exclusives they ask ridiculous money for. Thanks for the tip. I really appreciate. We'll do Sabine Rich over here. Yeah, I definitely. Thank you for telling me, because I don't look at store exclusive variants. They make so many of them, and there's just too many for me to keep up with. That being said, I like them. And there's really cool ones, and I like Sabine Rich. You know, I just didn't know. How much does it weigh? You have a rough estimate?
Much.
There you go. God, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. And for me personally, it just depends on like whether or not to get the virgin cover or not. Because it just depends on if there's anything that's like kind of irritating. So for me, like this trade dress, like, and that's the title if anybody doesn't know, like, you know, like it's fine. Like it's not blocking anything. Like if it was like over her, like maybe I'd want to get the virgin. Now, granted, it is over the sword, but the sword's just a big light beam. You know, it's not that big of a deal. This isn't really blocking anything. So to me, this trade dress cover is fine. Like I totally dig it. There's nothing that really bothers me about it. So I'd probably just get that one, and it's like $15 or whatever. Or no, wait a minute, I might be looking at the wrong thing. How much is it? Yeah, it's $15. So it's like $15 for that, or $30 for the virgin. That to me doesn't make a big difference on this particular issue. Some people might, some people only really want virgin covers and stuff for when they're buying, for the art. And like I get it. Again, like with variant covers, the whole reason you're buying this comic and you're spending extra money is for the specialty art. And so it's like, why not just make it all about the art? But at the same time, like, it is still a comic. If you really, really just cared about the art, then just buy a print or something, like, why's it got to be a comic? So to me, the trade dress doesn't bother me. Yeah, I try to stay up to date with magic covers, especially, but everything else, I am lost. Yeah, there's just, like I said, I would like to know, and I appreciate when anyone tells me about, like, because I love Magic, I love Black Cat, I love X-23, and also specific artists. I love Momoko and Ryan Gonzalez, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Might go for the version 2. And yeah, some people like to collect both. Like I said, I mean, obviously, whatever you want to do. For me,
I put a tiny starter story next to the starter story.
I would just save the money and just get the trade dress. But so anyway, here's an Iron Spider, but it doesn't have his arms out yet. There's an Iron Spider ass. Look at that. Anyway,
Iron ass.
Iron ass.
You need the box opener.
We got a free Iron Spider with the spider knife.
Only appropriate.
Chris, what if we somehow get Spider Knife into
Iron Spider?
the Spider-Verse? Like New Edge's Spider-Verse comic. And they're like, oh no, we need to stop that man. And he's like, I can do it. Shring! Stabs a guy.
I'd be terrified to commit a crime.
He specializes in crime, Chris. Stopping it. That is. He stops crime with crime.
Yeah, stabbing people is still a crime.
To beat it, you gotta know it.
To know it, you gotta commit it.
Yeah. You gotta know your enemy. That's what I'm getting at here. That's the Spider-Verse's ass. Yeah, this should make Logan happy. He's a spider boy. This is a pretty sweet figure. Like I've said before,
He's frolicking.
I've been super excited to finally get this.
Look at him. He's frolicking.
We've as a community, the Legends community's been asking for Iron Spider for many years at this point. So to finally get him and him be this freaking cool is he was a little expensive. He was $35. Which I think is a tad bit extreme. But it is what it is. I still really wanted him and I had to get him. I've been too excited for him for too long to not get him.
He should have like this kind of hands in there.
Oh, does he have extra hands somewhere? I don't know, Chris.
Yeah, they're right there.
Oh. Wow. But that's probably gonna about wrap it up for the stream.
What time did I finish it?
We're right just past 10 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
So I'm really hungry.
Me too.
So yeah, Lego Star Destroyer is complete. Do you wanna? I can close me out and you can give it another good show. Chris?
Not all these are joints.
Yeah, they're not. You wanna give another good showing, Chris? The finale for the Star Destroyer.
Gotcha. I broke up the Chinese TIE Fighter.
Alright, well, I'm going to show Iron Spider until then. He's just sick.
I'm going to go back to the end of the book where it tells me exactly how to hold it.
Y'all remember activate insta-kill mode? Stab, 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 stab.
Good hand right there. One good hand like right there. Oh yeah, that feels stable.
So yeah, there she is.
I'm gonna kind of a dangerous maneuver here, Marco.
You sure are.
Ugh.
There's the
Show
backside
that back
of her.
Off. Ooh, get some good up close shots. Dude, move your head. This is as close as I can get.
That's fine. It's pretty close. I'll pop me back in. All right. Hype for Miracle Man. The last Gaming Buckhand series was hit and miss for me. I don't know. I think I'm gonna check out the Miracle Man #1, but I don't know. I'm not really expecting much from it, I guess. Hello, Chris. Fun show tonight. Good night, everyone. I like it with the small ship attached to the front. Yeah.
He's got a baby.
He does have a baby. Look, they grow up so fast. He's already having a baby. All right. Well, that is the finale. And, you know, again, that is a celebration for us hitting 1,000 subscribers. So, again, subscribers. Thank you all.
Thank you all to our subscribers.
Again, our giveaway. Our giveaway still going on. But you have until the end of tomorrow to get your comments entered and all that. Again, that video, if you just go to my homepage, it'll be the first video you'll see, the recommended video or whatever. So I definitely get entered and all that. We're giving away a ton of comics. What are you doing?
Shaking it.
All right. There's an earthquake, y'all. Anyway, but yeah, so the video on Friday will announce the winners, and then I'll get all those shipped out probably on Monday after that, I guess. But that's all I got for you. I do believe cool stuff coming up on the channel. Now that we're done, now that I can put all this, well, I guess still not done because, like I said, I enjoy giving away comics to the community, but it's like it is a stress adding thing, you know. And it's like I got to make sure I do the giveaway right, and I keep all the information straight, and then I got to ship everything out, and I got to it's just a lot of stuff. So once I can fully put all this behind me, I'm gonna I got plans for new types of content and different things going to be popping up on the channel. I want to say show, but yeah, on the channel.
I have a spot for this in the other room, but for now I'm just gonna leave it here.
Yeah, might at some point also be switching up the room a little bit, but again, gotta get past one thing before we can get to the next.
And the thing I need to get past right now is I'm gonna go make some nuggets.
Yeah, that is my thing. So let me just catch up on the last bit of chat. It was a great time. Thanks again for the tips. Enjoy the rest of your night. Yeah, and feel free to ask anytime. If you ever have questions like that too, you can always hit me up on Instagram. I don't mind, just talking about comics with people, or just wait for the live stream, and we can chat, and I guess more people can learn if they didn't know.
I make fun of Marco.
Marvel reprints of Miracle Man was probably the earliest, priciest thing I got. Okay. She's even prettier up close. Yeah, she definitely is. Okay. I have read everybody's comments. God, I can't. I need to go eat. But thank you all for hanging out with us. Again, thanks for 1,000. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody that's been like surprisingly with us with all the live streams and stuff. I didn't know like who was gonna show up on those extra days at all. But
there's a little spot down here, Marco, where you can put the tangent.
Oh, that's fun.
It's really hard. Where did this come from?
Anyway, before Chris destroys the Star Destroyer,
I see where it came from.
I think we better end the stream. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next time.